Hey guys, it's Haley and welcome to another bookish video. Today I am starting a new reading vlog. I mentioned quite a few vlogs that I'm going to be filming this month in my May TBR, and this is going to be the first. So I am starting out with my thriller and horror books by Black authors vlog. I picked up a ton of books recently by BIPOC authors, and I'm so excited to be, number one, diversifying my shelves, which everyone should be doing, and number two, reading all of these highly anticipated books. I honestly do not know what to start with, so I'm gonna go ask Cameron to pick for me, and we will see what he chooses.
All right, I'm about to start reading for this vlog. I gave Cameron all the choices, read him the synopses, and he chose for me to start with Slice of Cherry by Dia Reeves. So that's what we're doing. Explain your rationale. Why do you want me to read Slice of Cherry out of all of those?
It's just like your vibe. It's like you said, it's got like fantasy stuff, but also murder.
Yep,
And also
that's
it's the thickest book of them all, and I challenge you to finish it in one day.
Yeah, 500-page book. He goes, I think you can finish it today. It's currently 2 p.m., so we'll see if I can read a 500-page book in a day. Maybe he just wants me out of his hair. That's why he's like, go read in the corner.
The math checks out. You'll finish it.
So we are starting out with Slice of Cherry. This is a YA horror fantasy book, but I heard really good things about it. Basically, we are following two sisters, and their dad was an infamous serial killer. So they want to follow in the footsteps of their father and be little serial killer girlies, but they don't want to get caught like their dad did. So they come up with this magical way to not get caught, and I believe it deals with like portal magic and things like that. Kind of out of my comfort zone, but also kind of sounds perfect for me. I love magical realism. I love a female serial killer POV, and yeah, I don't know about the YA-ness of it all, but I guess we will see. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this book, and I will let you know when I have thoughts. Hello, vloggy vlog. I have been just chilling. Oh, here's Boba. Reading in bed, and I got to the quarter mark of Slice of Cherry. I am enjoying it so far. It is really interesting. It's darkly funny. Like, there are definitely like little wink nudges in there, which I like. The characters are really endearing. I'm already feeling connected to them, which y'all know I'm a character-driven reader, so that's good news. The only thing that I'm kind of struggling with right now is I don't really understand, I guess you would call it, the magic system. I don't really get that. I don't understand how it works. I don't understand the world. Like, it takes place in Texas, but the rules of our world are very different in this version of Texas. So I'm just kind of struggling with that. I'm gonna try to let it go and just let myself read it and see how I feel, but that's just initial thoughts. Oh, also, there is a big part of the first quarter of the book that takes place at a Juneteenth celebration. So if you're looking for a read for Juneteenth specifically, if you are a part of the Black community and you celebrate and you want to read something like on theme, if you're a mood reader like me, I love reading like a book that takes place on Valentine's Day So if you're looking for a Juneteenth read, Slice of Cherry, it's a good little like picnic outdoor festival atmosphere. Hello vlog, it's a little bit later. I'm now halfway through A Slice of Cherry. And this is definitely not my typical book. It's giving almost no thriller or horror vibes right now. Like, there is some killing going on, but I wouldn't even necessarily call it horror. Like, you know how just like people die sometimes in books? Like, it's that. It's not like horror slasher, which is kind of what I was expecting, but it's a lot more fantasy. It's still keeping my attention. Like, obviously I'm still like laying here reading it. Like, this is all I'm gonna do all day. So I'm liking it, but definitely not my usual. And I'm already halfway through, so making good progress though. Good morning vlog. It is the next day. I got 75% of the way into Slice of Cherry last night. I took a bath, I was reading, it was all relaxing, and I was so close to finishing it. I was like, ooh, I only have a quarter of the way left, let me try to finish it, but I fell asleep. There was no way I was gonna get it done after that bath. It like put me right to sleep. At the 75% mark, I have mixed thoughts right now. I still really love the characters, so I really want to love it. But here's the thing. Not only is it more fantasy leaning, but now it's definitely more romance leaning as well. And I love the sisters, the two main characters. I love them. I love how they're dealing with the generational trauma of like their dad being this horrible person in vastly different ways. I love that representation and just like digging into who they are as people and what the ways that they're coping with like says about them. But with the romance elements, it just feels like, oh, we need them each to have a romance. Like we need them each to have a boy to propel the character development. And I just don't love that. Like I really do not love that. So that's kind of where I'm at. I wish I could dive in and give you guys a full review, but I have a packed day. We have one of our very best friends, his graduation party today. So we're gonna go celebrate him. He got his master's degree so he can join the club with me. So I gotta get ready to go there. Then we have a little happy hour and then I'm going to Sierra's and we're gonna make sushi together. I think I put it in a vlog like last month or the month before that we made sushi. And it was so good. It was literally better than restaurant quality, in my opinion. But this is also coming from like Texas restaurant sushi, so you never know. But we thought it was really good. So we're gonna have that for dinner, and I don't know. I will probably read afterwards, after I come home, finish this book up, and talk to you tomorrow because it's a packed Sunday. Yay! Akshay the grad! Good morning, vlog. Good morning. I finished A Slice of Cherry last night when I got home from Sierra's, and I think I'm gonna give this book 4 stars. Not bad to kick off the vlog. Honestly, I kind of want to retract some of my statements that I made. I feel like it was my last update or maybe my 50% update where I was talking about how the boy characters and the romance was not important. Now I understand, like, experiencing the twists and the reveals and the blah 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 at the end. Now I understand why the boy characters were important and did in fact propel the story. But I still think a lot of it could have been cut out. I still think this was entirely too long, too wordy. It was a great story. It was weird. I loved the weirdness. I loved the humor. I loved the character development. It was just a little bit too long and a little convoluted for me. So not a perfect book, but definitely an enjoyable book. If the premise sounds good to you, I would say pick it up. It also didn't have that annoying YA kind of voice in it. I think it being like weird horror definitely helped it not feel like that. It was just like Alice in Wonderland coded. If any of that sounds good to you, pick it up. On to the next book of the vlog, which I'm pretty sure is going to be the new S.A. Cosby, My Darkest Prayer. I'm so excited to get into it. I don't know when that will be because I have a pretty packed morning, a lot to do, but we will see. I will get back to you when I have thoughts. vlog. It is much later. I am done with work. I had a bunch of walk sessions and then I took a walk for myself, and on my walk I started My Darkest Prayer by S.A. Cosby, and this book is really good so far. I think there's definitely gonna be what I suspected, themes of like corruption in the church and all of that, and our main character is also really interesting because he works at a funeral home, and the foreword gave me a lot of insight as well because it talked about S.A. Cosby and his experience working in a funeral home. So that's really cool that he's like drawing on his own experience. And yeah, we are just following this like suspicious death of this priest in the town, and there's like some dirty money stuff going on with the church, and the priest's daughter seems like she has a lot of qualms with her dad. She didn't think that he was the saint that the community thought that he was, and people think that he did not kill himself, that this was a murder. So our main guy is on the case because apparently he has solved cases like this in the past. He's gotten involved somehow. There's also some like trauma with him with how his parents died, which I'm not going to spoil any of that obviously, but I'm really enjoying the discussions around that. As always, I love S.A. Cosby's main characters. They're really interesting, dynamic, nuanced. I almost like people because they like feel like real people. This does not feel like a character. This feels just like a man. And the pacing, the action is super great. As always, this is just shaping up to be another hit from S.A. Cosby. I just love his writing so much. So that's where I'm at with that. I was gonna come home and make dinner, but it's already like 8:30 and I'm so tired. So I think we're just gonna go pick something up. I'll probably read some more tonight and give you an update when I'm at the halfway point. Good morning vlog. It's another dreary, rainy day, it looks like, and I am over halfway through My Darkest Prayer. I just like run through S.A. Cosby books. I don't know what it is. The pacing is just so fast, so easy to read, and this book is intense. Obviously, all of his books are, but I just can never get over how he creates this atmosphere of like, I don't know, it's almost like there's like a filter over the screen as the images are playing out in my mind, and it's so easy to visualize. It literally feels like watching a movie, and the audio really helps. Like obviously my internal monologue is like my little white girl voice, so having an audiobook with this like intense guy narrating is like, ooh, it's really putting the pieces together. Like I can see it in my mind's eye. And of course, there's kind of like a formula to S.A. Cosby books that I've noticed where at the halfway point is when things like really kick into high gear. We start finding out the secrets that are going to pertain to like the big crux of the story. And we just had that iconic scene that's now happened in every S.A. Cosby book that I've read, where it's like right past the halfway point, the like big mob boss, like the kingpin, takes our main character and like has a meeting with him where he's like, you're gonna do this for me or else. And so now it's just like kicked into high gear. I'm so excited to finish this book today. I know I'm going to because I cannot put it down and I only have work later in the day. So I'm gonna curl up with my book, have a dreary little rainy morning reading. I'm gonna get my coffee, make a little comfy spot with the dogs. Yay. Hello vlog, I have finished My Darkest Prayer, just sitting here reading with the dogs, and I want to say I'm disappointed, but like it was a really, really good book. I'm just disappointed because it didn't give me the same like favorite of all time feeling as the other two books that I've read by this author. So I'm gonna give it a 4-star. It was definitely still fast-paced, action-packed, shocking. The twists at the end were crazy. And I was trying to pinpoint like why it didn't give me that same feeling. First of all, this one is shorter than the other two books that I've read by him. Not dramatically shorter, just enough shorter where it took away from like really fleshing out the story. And I didn't feel as connected as I did with previous novels by S.A. Cosby, and I think it's because this was much, much less character driven than his other books. Like, I was definitely on our main character's side, but I feel like I just felt a lot more for the main characters in Razorblade Tears and Blacktop Wasteland. So if we're comparing this one to my other reads from S.A. Cosby, I would definitely say this one is like ranked last if we're tier ranking them, but it's definitely not a bad book. Like, I had a great time reading it. It was 4 stars, wonderful, highly recommend, but didn't give me the 5-star feeling I was looking for, but it's fine. I am going to get ready because I feel gross. I need to like shower, get ready, and film some videos before my therapy clients start tonight. So I'm gonna do that. Also, I make some lunch. I'm feeling like I have this weird combo that I do, but it just like hits so well, and it's this sensation salad. I don't know if that's a thing or if that's just a recipe that I found on Pinterest, and chicken tenders and a coconut water. I don't know what it is. That is the best lunch to me. It's like, okay, I get my protein from the chicken, so I'm not gonna pass the fuck out during my walking sessions, but I also get like the zing and the fiber from the salad, and then I get like a little sweet from the coconut water. I don't know. It's my favorite lunch right now. So I'm gonna go make that, get ready, and I will let you know when I start my next book. Hello, vloggy vlog. As I was eating and getting ready, I found the audio for Not So Perfect Strangers, and I got about 20% in, not quite 20% in, but I'm really, really, really loving it. It honestly reminds me of a more thrilling, like slightly darker and more twisted version of Little Fires Everywhere. If you like suburban rich people drama thriller, but with something to say, it's not just like petty drama, then I think you would really, really like this. Basically, we are following 2 women. There is a white woman named Madison and a black woman named Tasha, and they are both trying to escape their lives. So Tasha has an abusive husband and she's trying to escape, and as she's trying to escape, Madison knocks on her window and asks her if she can escape with her as well. Now, they're both in very, very different situations, but they're connecting over this like mutual desire to escape. Tasha, for me, is the sympathetic character because, you know, she is actually a victim of domestic violence. Madison seems like is in a situation where she's the victim of her own creation of the situation, and she has a lot of delusion equating her situation to Tasha, which I feel like is a great part of the commentary. Obviously, this is written by a Black woman, and how we see from a Black woman's perspective how a white woman is just like, oh girl, yeah, my struggle is just like you. It's like, it just gives you that like twisting feeling in your stomach of like, no, you shouldn't say that. And obviously I'm a little white girl, but like even me reading that, I'm like, you just don't say that, like have a little awareness kind of a thing. So the social commentary is really nuanced. I think it's done really, really well. The one thing that's bothering me so far is Tasha has a therapist who is completely unethical. Like a therapist would never say or do the things that she is saying and doing in this book. So therapy rep, please don't read into this one. It's really not good or accurate at all. I work with survivors of domestic violence, and I've worked with them very, very closely in the past. And this is not any way close to how I was trained, or I believe anyone was trained to work with survivors. So just keep that in mind going in. This is not accurate therapy rep, but it is a good fun time. Now I have to work, so I will be on my little merry way, but I will see you later when I have more thoughts. Good morning vlog. It is the next day, and last night when I got back from work, I literally stayed up till 1 a.m. reading Not So Perfect Strangers. Y'all, I'm obsessed with this book. Like absolutely addicted, obsessed. I cannot put it down. It was such a struggle to put it down. I actually put off all the editing that I was supposed to do last night to this morning because I could not put this book down. It's so interesting. Like obviously the thriller plot is exciting and I'm invested in it, but beyond that, these social dynamics and like what this book has to say is so interesting to me. Like following this white lady who's on this crusade, like trying to protect this Black woman, but she doesn't understand that she's part of the problem, like she's part of the oppression. It's just like, damn. Her problems are just so minuscule, and she's trying to make this comparison, and is just like, you are watching her dig herself into a hole that I do not think she's going to get out of, and I'm just wishing for the best for Tasha. I hope she gets her revenge. There are so many things going on that I don't want to spoil that are keeping me on the edge of my seat. I truly have no idea what happened here. It's like Little Fires Everywhere, where you like kind of know the entire time what happened, but you don't want to believe it. And there are some parts that are keeping you in suspense. Like it's written just like that. Also, the other comparison that was coming up for me was Strangers on a Train. There is a very specific plot point in here that is similar to that. I don't think it's a spoiler. I actually read a bunch of reviews because I was going to see like if I was the only one who felt this way about this book. And no, other people are really liking it, and they're calling it like a modernized take on Strangers on a Train. Totally agree. I'm obsessed. I cannot wait to have a work break today so I can finish this book. I gotta go see clients, and then right after, we're diving back in. Also, yes, I'm wearing my Jinx Monsoon merch, Queen of the World, Queen of Broadway. I literally said on her season of RuPaul's Drag Race, I was like, this bitch needs to be on Broadway. And now she actually is, so congrats to her. We stan Jinx.
The changing of the guard. Here's the new one.
Now you have to be distracted by this so I can wash this. Yeah, sorry, it's disgusting. Ally with your rainbow lammy. She's an ally. It gets snatched by a conniving little moch. You better not start to rip it, Mochi. Are you homophobic, actually? What? No. Bruh. I also got a shirt. Yay. we don't like corporate pride. We don't like people, big ass corporations of people making money off of LGBTQIA branding when they don't actually support. But with everything going on in Texas right now, especially the criminalization of drag and trans people in general, especially trans youth with the population that I work with in my practice, I just had to get that shirt. So yeah, usually not a corporate pride girly, but with that one, had to do it. Good for you, Target, for having trans rep on your pride collection. Love to see it. So I'm obviously home from work. I think I'm going to jump back into my book, but I also have to post my wrap up, which is going to be super, super late. So I'm going to do that, hopefully finish Not So Perfect Strangers and give you a review. Hello. I only have 30 pages left in this book, and it's literally keeping me on the edge of my seat, but I had to jump back into sessions. I had a couple emergencies with my kiddos, and of course, I got to show up for my sweet baby angels. So I had a couple emergency sessions, but now I am jumping back in. I am literally on the edge of my seat. I'm dreading where this is going. I'm feeling so many emotions, and I love when I'm like frantic about a thriller. Like when I'm reading a thriller and I'm like this feeling, that's how you know the thrills are thrilling. Okay, this is not your basic thriller. Y'all girls out there who are always saying like every thriller is the same, like me, this is not like that. She's a standout. Hopefully the end comes through. I will give you the tea. Hello vlog, it is much later after dinner and I've finished Not So Perfect Strangers. I'm gonna give this 5 stars. It was so good, really kept my attention. When I wasn't reading it, I was wanting to read it. I was thinking about it. It had me in a chokehold until the very last page. The twists were twisting. The buildup was good. I loved the commentary. This is exactly what I want out of a thriller. If I recommended you Someone Had to Do It and you liked it, I would also recommend you this one as well. It covers similar themes and it's similar in the like rich people drama, kind of suburban thriller plot. So I'm super happy that I picked this one up. And now I'm gonna move on to my last book of the vlog, which is Perfect Ruin, The Perfect Ruin, Her Perfect Ruin, something like that, by Shinora Williams, I believe is the author. So I will probably not start that one tonight because he wants to play Mario Kart, and so do I. Good morning. It's the next day. I've already had a full morning of session, so I am beat. I'm literally so tired. We ended up getting a second dinner last night and playing games in the car while Cameron's car charged. It was so fun. We had such a good little night together. But I'm paying for it now because I had to get up early for sessions and I'm so drained now that I'm done with my work day. But I am going to start The Perfect Ruin by Shinora Williams today. And let me just give you a little synopsis. I don't know too much about what this is about. I know the general vibes. It's giving rich people drama. It's giving bitch, I'm gonna steal your life. But I'm going to give you the actual synopsis. Let's figure it out together. A brutal tragedy ended Ivy Hill's happy family and childhood. Now in her 20s and severely troubled, she barely has a life or much to live for, until the day she discovers the name of a woman who destroyed her world, Lola Maxwell, the mega wealthy socialite with a heart, Miami's beloved First Lady of Charity. Accomplished, gorgeous, and oh so caring, Lola has the best of everything and doesn't deserve any of it. So it's only right Ivy takes it all away. Bitch, I'm gonna steal your life. Little by little, she infiltrates Lola's elite circle, becoming her new best friend and playing Lola's envious acquaintances and hangers-on against her. But seducing Lola's handsome, devoted husband turns into a dream Ivy suddenly can't control. I love shit like this. I wish it was sunny outside. Hello. I wish it was sunny outside so I could read this in the sun. Like, it's giving beachy. But it is unfortunately another dreary day. I'm sick of it. I might just go lay outside anyway for the vibes alone. Who cares? I'll just lay in the gray. It's 82 degrees. I can lay out even if it's cloudy. So that might be the plan. I had stuff that I wanted to do today, but I'm so tired. I don't know if I can do it. So we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Hello vlog, I'm back from laying by the pool, and of course as soon as I start my clip, my AC kicks on, so sorry that you can hear that in the background. But I made a dent in the perfect ruin while I was sitting by the pool. Almost a third done. The vibes are absolutely immaculate. It takes place in Miami. It is rich, it is opulence, it is drama, it is tea. This is the perfect pool book. Like, perfect. I love Ivy's devious little plan to try to get revenge. I love a bitch I'm gonna steal your life story, and this is that to a T. But when I say like opulence, I'm not saying like the rich girl in this book is your typical girly. Like, no, this is giving Last Mrs. Parrish. Like, there is a whole staff in the house. There is like a private chef. They are having a new drink with a new fun description every 2 minutes. Like, and the social media stalking. Oh my God, it's just like drama, tea, rich, opulent. It's so good. I love it. I'm such a hoe for a book like this. I don't know what it is. I just love it. And I assumed that this was going to be like a very similar story to So Perfect Strangers, or Not the Perfect Stranger, or whatever, the fucking book that I just read and loved. I thought they were gonna be pretty similar, but that is not the case. The rich lady in this book is a woman of color as well. It's some woman of color on women of color crime happening here. The majority of the cast of this book is all people of color, which I love to see, not just like the rags to riches kind of girl being the only person of color character in the whole book, which I feel like with white authors, that's what you get a lot of the time. But obviously Shanora Williams is a person of color, so she does the representation correctly. That's what happens when you read from diverse authors. You get diverse representation instead of like demanding it from white people who aren't going to do it as well as this. It's fabulous. I'm loving every second of it. I'm like so hot and sweaty. If you can't tell, I look a little insane because it was actually really hot when I was laying out, so I'm glad I did. I got a nice little like base color going, so that's good. I think I'm gonna shower, eat, and probably dive back in. I will let you know when I have thoughts. Hello vlog. I actually took the longest nap ever. I'm so drained today. I don't know why. I just had like no threshold to do anything. So I took a nap, but I'm also now 2/3 of the way through The Perfect Ruin. I'm at part 2, and it has a very interesting title. Hold on, let me show you. It says part 2, the start of the ruin. So I'm guessing that we're gonna start to really get into the shit now, and I don't know how it can get more exciting. I'm already loving the drama. Our main character is just like such a cold-hearted bitch. It's so funny. Like, it's just darkly funny the way that she talks about ruining this woman's life, and I'm assuming that she deserves it, but like we still don't know what actually happened to make her want revenge. So I'm looking forward to knowing what that was and what's gonna play out. There's just so much suspense in this book between that and the rich people drama and the snarkiness. Like, I'm just living. This is my perfect spring summer thriller. So Very excited to finish that, but definitely gonna finish it up tomorrow because I gotta take myself to bed. Good morning, vlog. It is so early. It is 7:30 in the morning. I have my s'mores latte and my scream cup. I'm about to start doing my makeup. All I can think about is The Perfect Ruin. I want to read it so bad. Like, it's literally all I want to do. I'm gonna be thinking about it all day until I can get to it. This book has a stranglehold on me. A stranglehold. Hi, vloggy. Boba's jingling the house down. You want to come up and say hello? Here's Boba. She's jingling away. She wants to say hi. Here she is. Hello, girl. I am about halfway through my day of sessions. I had a cancellation, so I am diving back into The Perfect Ruin, but I also got a chance to finish the booktube video that I was watching while I got ready this morning, which was Aspen's latest extreme horror vlog, which has made me want to drop everything and pick up Violence on the Meek, which I'm very excited to finish The Perfect Ruin, but I think afterwards I'm gonna have to do a little extreme horror moment. And in that video, the reason why I wanted to talk to you was because she brought up an amazing conversation around the extreme horror genre. I love to have this conversation, so she just like gave me another excuse to fucking gab about it in my video because I've been thinking about it all morning. And if you haven't read Shared by Two by John Athan and you're an extreme horror girly, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. It is so good. One of my favorite extreme horror books that I've ever read. And I actually vlogged myself reading it as well. I will link that above and below if you want to check it out. But it brings up a great conversation around the prejudice that comes when you come out as an extreme horror reader. People have a lot to say, a lot of opinions about extreme horror readers, and I've definitely caught my fair share of that. I mean, the crazy assumptions people make, the crazy parallels people point out are just like, they're just so out of pocket, and they just say so much more about the judgment that comes with the extreme horror genre than actual extreme horror readers. Like, people ask me all the time, and these questions to me are so fucking ignorant. How can you read extreme horror and be a therapist? Like, I don't understand. It's like, bestie, I enjoy extreme horror because I am a therapist. Do you realize the horrific things that I have to hold space for every single day? It is therapeutic for me to allow myself to hold space for fictional things and to comfort myself in knowing that it can always get worse than the real life things that I hold space for. It's why I cannot take in any true crime content, because I'm maxed out with the violence of reality when I see my clients day in and day out. But reading fiction that is a hell of a lot worse than anything I will ever hear and ever see is extremely, extremely comforting and therapeutic for me. And people just do not seem to understand that. Like, the way that people automatically assume you're just a horrible person, incapable of empathy if you like the genre, just like blows my mind. And John Athan's Shared by Two talks about that. Aspen talked about that beautifully. I'm gonna link her video in case you're interested. This has nothing to do with my vlog or with like BIPOC author thrillers. I don't know why I stuck this in here. Okay, I just wanted to chat with y'all about it. So if you're interested, I'm gonna link that, and yeah, that's all I had to say. So my little break, I'm gonna dive back into The Perfect Ruin, and I'll let you know if I have thoughts. I don't know if I'm going British or Australian, but it's something, love. All right, goodbye. I'm into part 3, and we have a second person POV. I absolutely love this book. I absolutely love this book, and it's so good. I'm literally speed reading. I need to know. I need to know. Leave me alone. Let me read. Shocked, duped, dumbfounded. Can't get over this book. It's so good. Oh my god, I literally just finished. I have to collect my thoughts and then I'm gonna give you guys a final review. Oh my god. Just to like let you know as a precursor how much I love this book, I already posted about it on Instagram and immediately followed the author on everything and pre-ordered her next book, which comes out in June. It's called The Other Mistress. I'm so excited for it. Oh my god. Okay, full review incoming when I can speak coherently. Hi. So, obviously, I'm giving The Perfect Ruin 5 stars. I have not felt this like ravenous way about a thriller since maybe about like specifically this type of thriller, like a bitch I'm gonna steal your life kind of thriller. I haven't felt this way since like The Last Mrs. Parrish. I'm not even kidding. This reaches Last Mrs. Parrish status. It might be better. I think, okay, sorry. I know I've like preached the gospel of The Last Mrs. Parrish. I think The Perfect Ruin is better. I think The Perfect Ruin is better. I'm sorry. It's more exciting. It's more fast paced. It's a little bit tighter. Like, that's the best way I can describe it. Is like the plot is tighter. It's clever. And The Last Mrs. Parrish is really, really, really clever. Really, really beautifully well written. But something about this it's just like, it all came together in a way. And I'm obsessed with it. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. I cannot wait to read more from Shanora Williams. Honestly, I can't wait to read more from all the authors that I featured in this video, but especially Miss Shanora Williams. Also, when I followed her on social media, I did a good little creep and she makes TikToks. Y'all need to go follow her and check out her stuff because she writes more than just thrillers. This is her debut thriller. She only has a few thrillers. Majority of the books that she has out are romances. So if you like romance, go ahead and check her out and I will be doing that as well. So super exciting. Not only did I discover a new favorite book, but possibly a new favorite author. I can't wait to unlock a world and dive into her backlist. But I literally think this is the quintessential rich people drama, bitch I'm gonna steal your life, summer thriller. If you like a book with twists and turns, drama, delusion, lies, deceit, this is it. This is truly it. And the only gripe that I have about this, which is not going to keep me from giving it a 5-star rating, is the therapy rep. Okay. I had to take my therapist hat off while I was reading this because it's just not accurate. Like, obviously a therapist would never act in this way unless they were like horribly unethical. So I don't love that. But if I take my therapist hat off, if I suspend all my disbelief, if I give in to the craziness that is this like fucked up dramatic world that this thriller transported me to, that's totally fine. But do be aware of that going in. There is talk of like disorders, specifically OCD, which doesn't really have to do with anything. It's not that deep. It's only mentioned one time. It's not like this book was intended to be OCD rep or anything like that. Like, it's really a crazy dramatic thriller. I even feel dumb talking about it. But because I'm a mental health professional, I did just want to mention that. So that's my only gripe. Other than that, 10 out of 10 out of 10, 10, 10, 10s across the board. I love it. So just to wrap up the vlog, I think I read them in ascending order. Like, if I had to rank them, I would rank Slice of Cherry at the bottom, even though I still really liked it. Then My Darkest Prayer, then Not So Perfect Strangers, then The Perfect Ruin. I really loved these two domestic thrillers. If you're gonna pick up something from this video, definitely these two for my domestic thriller girlies. If you're into fantastical horror and my description of A Slice of Cherry sounds good, definitely pick it up. It's worth the read. And this is my least favorite S.A. Cosby, but do not get it twisted. I still absolutely love this book. It was phenomenal. It's written in the same exact way as his other ones. I just didn't feel as much of a connection to this one as I did, especially to Blacktop Wasteland. Like, after I read that one, I was like, damn, this literally my favorite book of all time. Regardless, I recommend all of these and I'm so happy that I did this vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. If you did, go ahead and give this video a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to go to therapy and read a book this week, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!